But I was really terrified that he would be the one that would look at me and know just how unworthy I really am. Right? He would be the one. He would be the witness. He would be the one to look at me and know just how unworthy I really am. And I would see it in his eyes. And that would be the end of me being able to pretend that it wasn't true. I would not be able to escape that knowledge of my unworthiness ever again. There would never be another moment's break. So that was my fear. That was my greatest fear. And I told you last week that the reason for this fear is I really strongly feared that Laurent would reject me. And what I really, really feared was his rejection. But it was very deep. You have to understand, it was very deep. It's not like I feared his rejection because I was in love with him, because at this point I wasn't. It wasn't that kind of a feeling. It was very different. It was more that I feared that his rejection would be an honest judgment of what I deserved. Right? I feared that his rejection would be because he truly saw me. And when someone would truly see me, they would know how awful I am, how unworthy I am, how unlovable I am. And you also, if you've been listening to the story, then you know that Laurent and I were going through something at this time which Holy Spirit sweetly named the killer and the killed. Laurent was, Teddy's telling you to close your ears, Jasmine. Laurent was the killer at this point in the game, and I was the killed. Which really means some of what was going on in the house was already signs of disapproval. Like already he was indicating, not in a mean way. I got to tell you that Laurent was never mean. What Laurent and I did was we shared honestly what we were feeling, because healing was our purpose. So if Laurent was looking at me, for example, and in that moment really feeling, and I got to tell you, it bothered him when he felt this way because he didn't want to feel this way. We were both together to heal. But there were times, for example, when he would look at me and he would really feel that I was ugly. He would tell me this. Never in a mean way. Never in an attacking way. But at this point it didn't matter, because I was still so consumed with unworthiness that, I felt like I deserved. Does this make sense? I felt like I deserved to be rejected. So this kind of stuff was already going on a little bit. Lisa says, yes, it makes sense. This makes perfect sense. Everything I'm teaching makes perfect sense, because the truth is, it's in one way or another, it's in all of us. So the idea, all right, the idea that Laurent could be the one to really see me like no one has ever seen me before, to really see me and determine that I was unworthy, seemed like a very real possibility to me. And I was very, very fearful of this, because I was in a relationship with him, guided by Holy Spirit, and it was supposed to become a couple relationship. And I guess a part of me kind of felt like I was walking towards my doom. So when Holy Spirit asked us to think of our conscious fears, just one or two, and allow those fears to be healed, this was the fear that came up for me.